And today we are back live with, of course, another segment of the Dirty 30 with J.O.2. This is, I believe, part 4. So yeah, we rolling through these things, man. Essentially the way it goes is like this. On my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, any social media platform that I use, if you follow me, send in any type of questions you want me to answer, and I'll answer them honestly. If I don't know anything about the questions, I'll do research. I want to give my best, well-minded answer, and I want to also keep it dirty as I will. So, just send in those questions, and I'll answer them. And today we have about roughly 7 questions. They're a wide range, anything from personal to, relationship to the conflict and with Israel and Palestine, which I didn't know much about. I had to look into that, so I'm very interested in answering that question. Just a little bit of everything today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first question for the Dirty 30 Part 4 is, what is a woman's role in a relationship? I don't like that word role. I don't like role, like a gender role. Like, is that what we're talking about? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought this was 2023. There really is no role in a relationship when it comes right down to it. Don't get me wrong. There's certain things she's going to be able to do that I'm not going to be able to do because she is a woman and she understands the world in a different way than I can, right? As a man. On the flip side, there's going to be things that I can do that she can't because I understand the world in a different way as a man. But I feel like oftentimes, especially in like my generation, I call us the millennials because if you was born between 96 and 2000, you're in that weird ass category of between really 96 to 99. Them 2000s kids is different, but we're gonna keep it in the late 90s. 96 to 99, you kind of in that weird range of between millennial and Gen Z. So you got a little bit of that millennial upbringing, but you also got the Gen Z technology, the social media type deal. Anyways, that's beside the point. We're in the millennials. I feel like we're in a weird place right now because we're trying to adapt the things that we were told growing up by our parents, which most of them are Generation X and before. That they have more of a I don't want to say outdated perspective on relationships, but truly it's a better perspective because they have a more realistic perspective of what it takes to be in a relationship. So we're trying to take those aspects and combine them with what we're being told by our friends, by social media, by the new school, and it's clashing, So to not get off topic, to answer the question, I don't feel like there's clearly defined gender roles anymore, and there shouldn't be. At the end of the day, if you want to be in a relationship with somebody, and this is my personal opinion on it, I'm no psychiatrist, I'm no relationship expert, so you don't have to take it as the gospel, but you got to be co-captains. I said it many times and I'll say it again. I can't do everything, even as a man, even as I hate the quote unquote leader, the leader commentary that everybody talks about. I need a co-captain because there's going to be times where I just can't do it. And I'm going to need you to step up in certain areas and take care of the business. And there's going to be times when you can't do it. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to lift you up and I'm going to step in and take care of the business. So what's a woman's role in a relationship? Whatever it needs to be in a moment, and vice versa for the men, to answer that question. All right. Next question. Hey, and they trying to give me the airhead, hype my head up. Don't big me up, but it say, why is someone as handsome as you single? That's a good damn question. Why the hell am I single? Shouldn't be. Nah. But on a real note, why am I single? It's by choice. It's by choice. I'm not going to sit here and play like I'm Don Juan. I'm walking with the motherfucking magic sticker. I got the motherfucking, I got the sauce, the juice, the riz, whatever you like to call it. I do my thing, I got a few people I've talked to in the past. No one I'm really talking to right now, not on a serious note anyways. I choose to be single, man. It's less stressful because right now, like I just talked about, that millennial era, a lot of women they're confused. They don't know themselves, and then they're learning these things off of line and trying to push that as if that's who they are, and they don't truly sit down and understand themselves. And if you listen to a lot of information they're telling you based on the actions that they actually perform, it's all contradiction. It's all contradiction, you know. And I'm not down to be with somebody, especially right now. I'm 25. I know they're still young, but I'm also getting to the age where the fun was fun, but I'm tired of fun. If I'm gonna, pursue something for real, you gotta have some. You gotta have your shit together, okay? Because I got my shit together where it counts. I don't got everything figured out, and I'm gonna tell you, I never will, and never will, and you never will. But I got enough to know who I need to be with, and how that person can feed into me, and vice versa. And I just think seeing that out here, man, it's a struggle. It's rough as hell. So that's to answer that question. But I do appreciate the comment. I don't know who sent that question. The question in. I'm gonna have to go back and look on my Instagram. But thank you for the compliment, and appreciate that. With that being said, we're gonna go on to the next question. What holiday season are you most excited for? Oh, this is a good one. And this is one hey, listen, I tell you what, I'll give you the rundown. When I was younger, like every kid, well, not every kid, but like most kids in America, when you're young, your favorite holiday season is Christmas. You get free gifts, you get everything you want. It's like the world it's like the one time in the world, especially for me when I was a kid, where everything went right, So it was a special time. It ain't as fun anymore when you don't get the gifts, and now you got to give money to your little brothers and sisters and shit. But hey, that in itself is a reward. Being able to give them that feeling that you got as a kid. I feel like that in a lot of ways is better than receiving the gifts as a kid, because you get to see them light up and potentially one day reciprocate that energy. If they with their kids or whatever. So yeah, man. Christmas used to be my favorite, but now my favorite holiday, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is Thanksgiving. I am a fat son of a gun. I'm fat as hell. I like to eat, I like to drink beer, and I like to watch football, and I like to watch sports. And you can do all three on Thanksgiving. I mean, it's literally a holiday made for fat motherfuckers just like me. You know what I'm saying? I like family time. So all of that combined, I mean, you can't beat Thanksgiving. The plate alone, I'm talking about. You got the ham. I love ham. I don't care. Nobody say if you one of the people I don't eat pork. Well, I do. So what the fuck does it? What are you talking about? I love pork. I eat pork. I'm gonna eat that turkey, and I gotta eat my dad's turkey because he's the only one that know how to cook the turkey and not make it dry. Don't nobody want no dry ass turkey. No, nobody want no dry ass turkey. Don't nobody want to eat no motherfucking mashed potatoes that ain't got no sweet relish in it. Nobody eat that dry ass mashed potato. I want some good shit, right? Don't nobody want to eat no bullshit food. So that's why I love my family, because they can throw down, and I mean on both sides. They throw down every year. So I goes over there. Listen. I purposely right now, I just ran today. I went on a little run. I'm trying to cut off at least 5 to 7 pounds before Thanksgiving, because I'm putting them all back. I'm coming back to Charlotte with plates on plates on plates on. What's it Rocco say? I got racks on racks on racks. I ain't got racks on racks on racks. I got a few of those, but I'm gonna have even more plates. I guarantee it. So yeah, Thanksgiving is my favorite. That's my favorite season by far. Won't be another one that tops it, at least not soon for me. Man, oh man, good God, I'm thinking about that damn plate right now. I can't wait. Oh, shout out to my my auntie Paulette. Shout out to my grandmother Livy. Shout out to my uncle Dylan. Shout out to my grandmother Lola. Shout out to everybody that cooks at Thanksgiving, but specifically them. They throw down every year. And shout out to everybody that's throwing down, because coming from me, I love it, and we love you. With that being said, we're going to get into speaking of, I mentioned earlier in the my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, and as a part of that, I like sports. So great segue. Let's go to sports updates and predictions. Sports updates. My Commanders. I'm a loyal fan. I'm a true loyal fan, because anyone who's seen his team get their ass whooped I'm 25. I've been a Commanders fan since I was 6. For 19 years. I've been watching them get steamrolled for 19 years, and I'm sticking with them. What do they say? That's my team. I'm sticking with it. We can't beat the Giants. They're the worst team in the fucking division, and we can't beat them. We ain't been able to beat them for 3 years. We've been better than them for 3 years, and we can't beat these motherfuckers. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. We got 2 losses by 2 of the worst teams in the league. Why? Why? But we played the Eagles to overtime. How? How do we do that? Beat them last year. We play them again this week, so we're going to see what's happening. But come on, man. The damn Giants and the damn Bears just make my stomach hurt when I think about it. God, we got to get some shit together, man. I don't know what it is. I don't even really like to watch the games because I feel like I bring bad luck when I watch the game. I started watching the game against the Giants this past Sunday, and we went down 14-0, and I just turned it off because I said I'm bringing bad luck. I can't watch it. Oh, man. But I love my team, and I really hope we can turn some things around and make a real shot for this playoffs because I'm going to tell you, the way it's looking, the Eagles and the Cowboys ain't slowing down anytime soon, so we're going to have to make something shake. What else? Oh, speaking of the Eagles, damn, they look good, don't they? The Eagles is raw. Excuse me. They ain't stopping. The Eagles ain't stopping. Kansas City ain't stopping. Buffalo looks good. I mean, it's the top tier teams in the league right now. They're still steamrolling. So we're going to have to get some things. We're going to have to get some things figured out in Washington. On the other end, come down a couple states into where I stay at in Charlotte. Carolina Panthers is going to have to reshuffle a lot of shit. Now I know a lot of people are giving what's his name, Young. They're giving Young a lot of flack behind, oh, he's trash, he's no good. We got the wrong rookie. C.J. Stroud could have came up here and he couldn't done anything better than Bryce Young's doing right now. He doesn't have a line. His fucking line's horrible. I counted. I watched one whole game of the Carolina Panthers. I believe they played, not Houston. They played Atlanta, I believe, or somebody like that. Not a good pass rushing defense. He had 2 seconds. I'm talking about from the snap of the ball. 1,000, 1,000. He was getting touched in 2 to 2.5 seconds. What kind of fucking offense can you run in 2.5 seconds? You can't even get through one read in 2 seconds. You don't even have time to process and lift your head up before motherfuckers rushing you. You can't do nothing with that. Excuse me. And the kid's still throwing for 200 plus yards in the last couple games, throwing for a touchdown, he's having like 10, 15 rushing. I mean, he's having decent stats for a rookie with a shit line at that. So I feel like everybody's giving him flack. It's not Bryce Young's fault. It's really the coach. He gave up his offensive coordinator and offensive play calling duties to the actual offensive coordinator. Main coach, he didn't need to call plays because obviously he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Calling horrible plays, man. So Carolina, I hope you get some things figured out. I don't think it's going to be a year where they're going to make a big comeback and go undefeated for the rest of the season. Now, they might win 2 or 3 games. I'm going to be real with you. That's how it's looking at best. But next year in the draft, you need to focus on line, that offensive line, and maybe some defensive pieces because the defense is weak too. The defense is weak. So that offensive line needs to be the priority, but defense as well. Yes, Lord. That was on the NFL side. Let's get into the college football side. Let me look at the list of the top college right now. Of course, Georgia's still number 1, followed by Michigan and Ohio State. More than likely, they'll be like that until the last couple of weeks because Michigan always plays Ohio State the last game they're rivals. So one of those two will most likely not make it to the college playoffs or they can make their way back in. But one of them is going to fall out. So we'll see how that pans out. Florida State does not have an easy route. They do have to play Carolina, even though the Carolina team slipped up last week against I forgot who they played, but it wasn't a great team, and they kind of dropped the ball on that. But they still got to play Carolina, and that could be an upset alert, right? So Florida State's gonna have to fight to get out of ACC. Coming in at number 5 is Washington. Washington, they beat Oregon. I believe they have to play USC, which right now USC doesn't look good at all. Caleb Williams does not look like the Caleb Williams of last year, man. He doesn't. He's struggling against teams he shouldn't be struggling against, and I don't know, but he still does have a highly powerful, highly efficient offense, so it could go either way. Who knows, man? But Washington, I think Washington could win out and get into those top 4 spots. depending on Michigan or Ohio State, whoever wins that game. Oklahoma is not a slouch. Oklahoma is not a slouch, and they need to be respected. They will slip in there. Their team is solid. I watched them play about 2 games this year. They're solid as hell. Don't sleep on them. I'm telling you, another team. They might have took a loss, but there was a hard-fought loss, and I mean hard as hell. Penn State. Penn State is the truth. Do not underestimate Penn State. They lost to the Ohio State team, which is third-ranked team, but don't underestimate them. They got a good squad, and they're rolling, man. There's some real sleepers down here, you know, from the 10 all the way down to the 25. There's some real sleepers in here, man. Making their way into the top 25. Shout out to James Madison. They got a squad on them, man. They balling this year. Air Force, I think the first time I've ever seen in my life, 7-0. Air Force ain't fucking around. Number 19 in the top 25. Could be a big bowl game in their future, you know. So there's some good things going on in college football. Shout out to the Las Vegas Aces, I believe. I'm not too familiar with WNBA teams, so please don't crucify me if I said that wrong. But I believe it's the Aces that won the WNBA championship. They got some ballers, man. So shout out to those women. Congratulations. There's a lot to be excited for. Basketball just started back. Underdog Fantasy, Prize Picks. If y'all see this, go ahead and give me that sponsorship, because I'm shouting you out in every episode on the Dirty 30, because we'll always talk about sports on the Dirty 30. So Underdog Fantasy, Prize Picks. If you don't know what they are, those are fantasy online prop pick apps. So basically all you do is, let's say, if you're not used to betting, you got a player, you got Giannis. You think Giannis is going to score 25 points, and they got him at 27.5. Take lower, right? You think LeBron's gonna score 23 points, and they got him at 21.5. 21.5 just means he has to score either over or below that. So, okay, he is 21.5. You think he's gonna score 23? You take over. They both hit, boom. Depending on what you put on there, that's a 2-team. You might get a 3-time multiplier. So $10 will win you 30. You see what I'm saying? It's different on Prize Picks. I think it's $10 wins. I think $10 wins you 30. You can make a little more on Underdog. So it just depends on how much you want to wager and how much you're willing to risk to win. So check those out if you are interested in getting into betting and in fantasy sports. I'm telling you, very rewarding, and it will make you interested in the games. Absolutely. Oh, man. Well, those are the sports updates and predictions. And with that said, we're going to take our music break. For those who don't know, if this is your first time tuning in, every episode that's either on the Dirty 30 or the interview section, I always do a music break halfway through the segment. So what I want you to do is if you're an undiscovered or unrecognized talent, music talent, send in your best song with your artist name to this email, JAMMIEONEIL2@gmail.com. Or if you follow me on any of my social medias, send it in through the DM. I'll check it out if I like it. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I don't, it won't be on there. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not being rude. I'm just saying I pick the songs that I like. If I like it, I'll hit you back and tell you you're gonna be the featured artist for my podcast for which week. So send them in. I love to hear underground songs. And I'm talking about of any genre. It doesn't have to just be rap. I know I highlight rap a lot. It doesn't have to be rap. It can be any song, any artist from any genre. With that being said, the song of today is, again, of course, by me, J.O.2. And that song is off of my last project. It's called 2 Off. 2 Off by J.O. This is something I just literally was in my room one day and I just heard the beat. It's a YouTube beat, but I was just scrolling through YouTube and I heard this beat and I was like, I got to get this beat. So I went ahead and I purchased that joint and I put my verse down on it, and it's a turn up. So I hope you, if you sitting down, get up out your seat, whatever you're doing. If you're in the car listening to this, go ahead and turn it up, because we about to turn it up, baby. All right, again, this is 2 Off by J.O.2. Hope you enjoy. Turn it up.
You better move up. I hit the stage, got them all in a rage, and we about to go to J.O.2 back, still sipping.
I ain't sipping no Jack today, baby. Hydrate. I gotta hydrate. I gotta drink water sometime.
Yes, I am a nuisance. I am a nuisance. I am the new school. We do not play by no rules. If we hungry, go Super Saiyan. Power up just like Goku. Flip up the game, drop it in the pot, and then I stir it all up like tofu. I don't know who told you otherwise. If you step correct, cause I am no fool. Yeah. I do my own little dance when I'm in my zone. Feel like I'm Swizzy the way I get busy. Move by my own, I like to be alone. I done peeked through that mask and I seen y'all fugazi. Winning like this, they speak down on your name. Can't pay attention to everyone say. I create my own lane. Why? I am my own way. Yeah, all in your corner when lights is flicking. Houdini trick when it's dark, they get missing. They criticize but never teach. But swear that they love you, yeah, like a leech. Them the type folks I call weak. Bitch ass niggas that belong to the streets. You can stay the fuck around me before I fuck around and short out. Control all delete. You better move up. I hit the stage, got them all in a rage, and we about to go to J.O.2 back, still sipping that Jack, and it got me grooving. When it come to rap, I'm a problem like Seth. Yes, I am a nuisance. I am a nuisance. You better move up. I hit the stage, got them all in a rage, and we about to go to J.O.2 back, still sipping that Jack, and it got me grooving. When it come to rap, I'm a problem like Seth. Yes, I am a nuisance. I am a nuisance.
Yeah. And again, that was me, J.O.2, the featured artist of this week. The name of that song was 2 Off. That's the number 2, OFF exclamation mark if you're looking it up. And it's on every streaming platform. Don't matter how you take it out, it's out there. Go get it. Yes, ma'am, yes, sir, and everybody else. With that being said, we're going to get right back into it. Now, we only have a few questions left. The second segment is shorter. But I received an interesting question, and I didn't know much about it because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't been keeping up. But I actually have a story that it struck home, you know, when after I received the question. And the question is, what is your thoughts on the Israeli versus Palestine conflict? I want to give a disclaimer here. Any type of conflict, and when I say real conflict, I don't mean the petty shit that we think is conflict, people arguing, drama. No, I mean real war, or real war where people are actually dying, families are being eradicated, shit is hitting the fan, and it's hit the fan between Israel and Palestine. Listen, I don't know much about it. From what I've read, I think there was a terrorist group called Hamas, however you say it. They launched bombs into Israel as some coordinated attack to overthrow Israel and basically, I guess, regain territories within Israel. Israel's launched a counterattack. It's horrific. You know, I don't believe it's necessary in today's society, especially, to have to kill civilians, people who are just trying to live their lives, you know, to prove a point, or to, you know, to, I don't know, assert dominance, or like, I don't know what the end goal is between the Hamas terrorist group, and I don't know what the end goal is between Israel or Palestine. I don't know what the end goal is for any of that. It should be, in my opinion, to just end the conflict. Civilians are dying. It's not even the people who have the issues. It's civilians that are paying the price for, you know, for politics. It's all politics, and the people are paying the price. I seen a video. It was horrific to watch. Of when the bomb hit Israel, there was a little girl being carried out of a medical van, and this part of her head was missing. And when I say missing, I don't mean like half missing. No, I mean like there was no brain in her head because it had been blown out, and all that was hanging on, surprisingly, was this side of her hair, and it was coming over here, covering up. But you could see she had no back of her head and no brain in her head. I mean, that's truly, truly chilling, and that's terrifying to see for anybody. I mean, you have to imagine that's somebody that somebody's child, man. That's a horrific thing to see. I seen another video, and that was an Israeli girl, and then that was a Palestinian boy who he was curled up in a ball when the bomb hit, and it completely just killed him. I don't know if debris fell on him. I don't know. He didn't look like he was crushed or like anything had punctured him, but he may have just died from just sheer, the panic of it all. I mean, this is real shit going on. This is not Call of Duty, This is not a fictional world made up. People are actually dying. So if you're one of these Twitter trolls, or you're one of these people out here that like to make light of everything, I guess, you a comedian, whatever, show some respect, because at the end of the day, these is real people with real stories, and that's really going through this shit. Speaking of a story, I'll give you this quick one. I drive Lyft, and I picked up a woman who was actually fresh from Israel. Like, she went to Israel the day before the bombing started, and she said that they were literally in like under tables, in her hotel, the entire hotel. They're like locked inside the hotel, hoping that the bomb doesn't hit the hotel that she's in. And she said it was the most terrifying thing she's ever been through, which rightfully so. I mean, you don't know if a bomb's going to hit the building you're in and crush you at any moment. I mean, that's got to be a horrific thing to think of. So as an American, and as Americans, which will probably majority of you will be watching my video, think about that before you say dumb shit, because this is real. There's people that's really going through this shit. This is real life. And we oftentimes take things for granted because if you don't remember 9/11, because a lot of us were young that's probably watching my video, and some aren't. Some do remember because they was either there or they have vivid memories of it. I mean, it's this horrific thing. You remember how that devastated the country. So you got to think, this is the type of level event that's going on over there, but it's not just a one-time event. This shit is happening multiple times throughout the entire country. So have some sympathy for these people, and keep them in your prayers on both sides, because the civilians don't deserve it regardless of what's going on. With that being said, let's go to the next question. And actually, this is the final question of today. How can I get on your podcast? If you're asking that question, you probably not looked at any of my other podcasts, but I'll say it anyway, so and there's no confusion. If you want to get on my podcast, reach out to me through any of my social medias. My Instagram is JAY_ONEIL, or J_O_DA_TRUTH. That's J.O.2 the truth. So you can hit me on any of those two Instagrams. I'll respond back to you. You can hit me on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm still gonna call it Twitter. Hit me on Twitter at TBG_ONEIL. You can hit me on what's the other one? Facebook, JAYONEIL. Or you can text my email. My email is JAMMIEONEIL, 2 @gmail.com. Hit me through any of those platforms. Let me know your story. So when you hit me, make sure you send your name, your actual name, not your alias, your anything that you do, your backstory, something interesting about you, so I can kind of gauge what the episode would be like. And I'll get in touch with you, and we'll hash out the details in due time. So that's how you can get on the podcast. With that being said, guys, this is the fourth rendition. No, I'm just kidding. This is the fourth episode of the Dirty 30 with J.O.2 here on We Keep It Dirty, a J.O.2 podcast. I'm your host, J.O.2, signing off. Have a blessed day, and please stay safe. Peace.
Dirty dirty's in the air, boy. Don't be scared. We be that dirty dirty. We be that dirty dirty. We be that dirty dirty.